Alright guys, this is the video I'm dreading, and I'm sorry if I keep looking here. It's just, that's where like the picture is and the camera's over here, so. I wasn't gonna do this video today, but we're gonna do it. So I asked you guys what you wanted to see. The majority on my poll here on YouTube wanted to see gender identity and sexual orientation for a video. So I filmed that, and then I filmed kind of an update video about my ex and the coronavirus and just things on my mind all together. And then I was thinking about it and thinking about how important these other videos are to me, what they mean to me, and yeah, and actually making myself through all of this, through everything going on. I think it's really important to kind of test your limits and kind of push yourself to not succeed, but push yourself to do things that are hard, that you normally wouldn't do, that you normally wouldn't try to do in your day or your week or your month. And I am terrified of eating in front of people and with people and everything else, because I struggle with the eating disorder. Like I've explained in some videos, I gained a good 100 pounds when I was pregnant this last time. My daughter is 1 year old right now. She's a little girl. I love her so much. She's my baby. But I had preeclampsia, so I literally could eat nothing and vomit after I eat if I ate something or drank, and I would still gain weight. It was all this water weight and swelling, and it was, you'd be down one day in one moment, and then it would be like ripping at your skin, swelling if you just got up and walked to the bathroom. It was torturous. It was awful. It was undescribably, I don't even know how to word it. It was just really difficult to go through. So that, mixed with the injuries I have that caused stab wounds, scars, things along those lines from my ex, made it a lot harder to stay as fit as I used to, because I used to lift weights. I actually bulked up for a while and like did a lot of weight lifting and worked with a personal trainer and helped corner fights for mixed martial arts. And then I slimmed down very, 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 very slim a couple of times in my life too. I struggle with mainly not eating at all, and then when I do eat, purging after. It's really been hard for me to get back on track. I have been getting back on track because I realize that when you don't eat, your body learns that you're going to starve it, and then it starts holding on to any little calories you take in. So I kind of had to trick myself and say, hey, well, if you don't eat at all, then you're going to still gain weight, essentially. So I hate eating in front of people, because I've had a lot of people in my life call me out on going to the bathroom right after or whatever, especially if I'm honest with people, because I'm a very transparent person. I like to talk about things, so I would be honest and say, yeah, I've got a little issue with food, and then that would be all people would care about or look at. So let's get into this. I had to leave today. I've been self-quarantining, isolating, whatever. I had to leave the house today because I had to go and get supplies from Madison for my reptile, amphibian, and rodent rescue. The horse supplies come to the guy who I've got my horses with, but right now I have, I lowered my amount. I had about 20 plus snakes I was keeping. I lowered it to the ones I bred myself, the ones that I rescued that have disabilities, and the ones that just mean something special to me. So I have 16 snakes right now, but I have countless leopard geckos, crested geckos. I have banded geckos. I've got 6 or 7 bearded dragons, tons of hamsters, hairless hamsters, Herman tortoise, just a ton of animals. So I have to go out here to get the supplies for them. And out here there's a 100% vegan restaurant called the Green Owl. Closer to my house, they're about 20 minutes away from me each. There's Beerline Cafe. They're closed right now, but they're very good. And then there is Urban Beets, Beets. They're doing the curbside thing, and so is the Green Owl in Madison. So I've been vegan for a very long time, for 22 years. It'll be 23 years soon. So I've never gotten this from them before. I normally get like avocado on toast, on gluten-free toast. But I got to try to do my first eating video, which I'm very nervous about. Let's see if I can actually pan the camera to getting this. I'm trying to think of how to lift it so the camera can see. That'll work. So this is what I got. It's a vegan pesto Alfredo with mushrooms and stuff on it. It should be pretty good. I'm hoping you guys can see that. Yeah, I'm unfortunately not going to be able to really have it aimed so far down that you can see it while I'm eating it, most likely, but you'll be able to see what I bring up to my mouth. So, oh, I hate this so much. Okay, so one of the videos I posted on, I didn't do it on Snapchat, because on my Snapchat, I get a lot of random messages. My ex has a lot of his friends message me on there that aren't very nice. So I'm very hesitant to look through my Snapchat messages sometimes. I've been telling you guys to message me on there because I check it often. But when I said that, of course, my ex used that as a way to harass me. So I'm nervous about it. So I didn't want to put something personal like this on there. But I posted to Instagram, Facebook, and here on a poll what videos you wanted to see. So I first filmed the videos that got the higher ratings, but I got a lot of personal DMs on Instagram and a couple of messages on Facebook asking me to cover the things about food, especially the eating healthy with the eating disorder. So I'm going to talk about that while doing the eating video. So I hate this so much. So anyways, and I promise you guys that I am living healthier now. I do restrict what I eat, but I'm not purging, and I've learned how to live healthy and accept food. Because like I said, basically what it took for me was realizing that if I just don't eat altogether, my body's going to hold on to every little single calorie, and that's worse. So eat healthy, stick to my vegan diet, which I believe for moral and ethical reasons and for helping the planet, but also health reasons, and just stick to that, embrace that, love that about myself and about my life, and just keep going forward and realize that eating the right things is fuel for your body, and it makes you actually have a better metabolism and be able to lose weight. It took me seeing that even the more I restricted and the more I purged, the worse I was kind of going to be weight-wise, because I could lose a lot of weight and be really thin, but eventually my body's going to start packing on any little thing I get. And I work multiple jobs, I have multiple children, and I take care of my family on top of that. So, and a bunch of animals with my animal rescue. I have to kind of be a little bit more on top of myself. So anyway, 8 minutes into the video and I still haven't taken a bite. I know I'm gonna get flack for that because it's YouTube, but it's actually pretty good. And I picked pasta this time. And normally from the Green Owl I get the house patty they have for a burger, and then I have them put avocado and cashew sauce on it, and then I just eat that on a bun. Normally I take off the top and have it be like an open-faced burger, and sometimes I'll put like a single tiny slice of like onion on that, but very rarely. So I wanted to do something that's more of a scary food for me. I am half Italian, so pasta is something I love, but I'm very afraid to eat because it's pasta. But I felt like, I don't know, I isolate and I count calories a lot still because I'm scared of food, especially because with preeclampsia it caused me to gain all of the water weight. And yes, it was swelling and water weight, but it's still hard to get your body back to where it was when it's been stretched, especially when it's overnight, when sometimes it's the last week. It was in a day, at first it was going like up like 10 pounds a day. The last week it was going up 30, down and up, down and up. So it would stretch your skin, and then I would let it be lax again. Which is really hard on your body. And then my ex scarred me really bad with a knife exactly 1 week after I had my daughter, and then again about 11 months after I had her. And those injuries are really hard. It's really hard to get your body looking the way it was with those injuries. So I started realizing a lot of my old thoughts about food were coming back. But I feel like I try to be really transparent about my sexuality and my life and everything on here. I want to be honest with you guys about my PTSD and depression, and the one thing I'm really not upfront about is this. So I thought this would be kind of a challenge to do. I also work out a lot, and I've been in physical therapy since November, from the last time where my ex tried to literally kill me, and my body's still not recovered from it, of course. And it's really hard because I want to push myself. I do a lot of lifting and a lot of cardio and running, and it's hard because sometimes my body just can't keep up. So this is actually pretty good. But sometimes my body just can't keep up the way it could before because of where it's been at. I had so many separate bones broken, a skull fracture. My nose was completely crushed, and these two parts were crushed. It is crooked, which you can notice for being really analytical, but I had it broke back into place. But I will show you pictures of like how the inside is. Like one side is totally like, it's got like a hole through it. It's ugly, and it makes a lot of things difficult. And then with having just so many injuries, from the gut wound to the everything, it's been hard, and I've really been hard on myself about it. So as much as I might like where I'm at, like at a fitness level, I still see some of the scars, and it's just a reminder of it. So that makes me kind of look in the mirror and see things that I know probably aren't there. And maybe they are there. Maybe I am, maybe the scale's broken and I'm really 250 pounds and gross. And not that everybody who's heavy is gross, because I see people like Tess Holliday. I don't believe in health at every size. I don't believe that I saw she was really mean to the one person who did a before and after photo who lost weight, and she unfollowed them and was really harsh to her. I thought that was unfair, but I think Tess Holliday is beautiful. I think a lot of plus size women are beautiful, and I think everybody should be treated equally no matter what their gender, their sex, their weight. But for me, I see like I just don't see, looking in the mirror, what I probably am. So I don't mean any offense to anybody who weighs 250 pounds. You could be, and probably are, far more attractive than me. I just can't always see what's really there. But the last few months, with my ex out of my life, with my girls being so much happier, and with actually getting into better health as far as eating. Like I said, I've been vegan a long time, so I had healthy foods in my diet, but I'm actually like making sure to eat a bunch of small meals. I eat my biggest meal for breakfast, And that's helped me a lot because it gives me the fuel to like get up and get going through the day. I don't drink any soda. I don't drink coffee very much. I've had a coffee this, since November. I've had 1 or 2 coffees at most, and they've all been within this last week because my littlest daughter was sick. So I actually went multiple days without sleeping at all. And so I did get the coffee, but I don't drink soda. I drink water Joe sometimes to wake up, but I don't drink energy drinks, nothing like that. No tea, no, like I said, almost never coffee. When it is coffee, it's like a vegan macchiato with I'm trying to think, the almond milk in it, which the vanilla unsweetened almond milk. I love it. Of course, unsweetened isn't as good as sweetened, but it's better for you. So anyway, I'm rambling. A way that I learned to really eat better is, I'm not sponsored, by the way. I'm not sponsored by anything. I've never monetized a video, nothing. I just do this because I care. Not that people who monetize things care, because I'd love to one day be able to do this more regularly and do it like semi for a living, but right now I don't, and that's okay. And I know a lot of the people that monetize their videos care, like Anthony Padilla and Shane Dawson. But that aside, I'm not sponsored and not monetized. I'm getting nothing from saying this. I don't even know I'm talking about them. But I have an app called LifeSum. I have the premium account for it. And then I use that to track everything that I eat. And it helps me a lot because I feel really good seeing that I've actually done good and eaten something right. And I work out, like I said, a lot and try to work out a lot, so it makes me feel good with little accomplishments and little things, and it makes me accountable, essentially. So I use that a lot to track things and to stay in line. It helps me to see what I'm actually putting in my body. I thought I was taking in a lot more, and it turns out I was averaging like just, and I was still purging at this point when I started the app, but I was only averaging about 400 calories, including liquid calories like almond milk and stuff like that, a day. Which is not good for you at all. And with the help of this, using LifeSum and focusing on eating better foods, better quality foods, more nutritious foods that I enjoy. Just because I'm vegan doesn't mean food can't taste amazing and be so pleasurable. Now I'm at about 1,000 calories a day with liquids and without purging, and I'm really proud of that. So I wanted to challenge myself to do this. Film myself eating a little bit. And like I said, I try to eat small meals throughout the day. I eat my dinner for breakfast. That's been a lifesaver. It really has. You feel energized, you feel amazing. My second largest meal, so like my lunch-sized meal, is at lunch. And then I have 3 small snacks throughout the night. So I don't really have a dinner. I have 3 small snacks then. So I have a very early morning, like 5 in the morning, I have my dinner. And then at about 11 a.m., I'll have my lunch, 11 to 12, I'd say. And then I have 3 small snacks throughout the day, and that's how I've been getting my calories in. And if I don't have 3 snacks, if I only have, let's say, 1 or 2, then I make myself drink, like, a very healthy, like, I'll take organic fruits and almond milk, and stuff like that, sometimes kale, and I'll make my own smoothies. I absolutely love it. And that helps keep the calorie intake in. And that way I can actually, one day I would like to do MMA again and really get back into the training and helping corner fights and doing things like that, because I loved it. So I want to actually be able to be healthy and be like that, again. But one thing I've been seeing that I really want to talk about, I'm sure this is controversial and touchy and it's going to get me a lot of hate, so I am sorry and I don't mean it offensively. Excuse me. But, I've seen so many people make memes, especially all these memes about during this lockdown and this quarantine, we're all going to get fat, basically. And like a picture of somebody before and then a picture after, and it would be like a joke picture, like somebody overweight or with messy hair or with, you know, anything, you know, unshaven legs. None of this is bad, but it's just saying that, like, this is the time to let go. And I challenge, like, again, I'm gonna get hate for this, but I challenge you guys to think about this. Right now, we are locked down. We can't do anything. We can't really go out. Isolating ourselves is the best option. We could, okay, to rewind. What do we always say? What's everybody's excuse for why they don't do something? And it is an excuse. It's, oh, we don't have enough time. I don't have enough time to think about that. I don't have enough time to count calories. I don't have enough time to plan and meal prep. Now we all do. So instead of using this time to be like, oh, we're all in lockdown, we're gonna watch Netflix and we're gonna binge eat. How about, okay, you can binge eat, but binge eat strawberries, because you could eat like 250 strawberries to get like 100 or 200 calories. It's ridiculous. Or, you know, celery with almond butter, something like that. Like, eat healthy. I'm not saying everyone has to be vegan. I have family that's vegan. I have friends that are vegan. I have family and friends that aren't, and that would never even dream about it. And I love them, and I support anybody living their healthiest life. But right now with this virus, our best bet is to be healthy. So use this time to at least educate yourself on what foods are better for you, what foods are healthy for you. You don't have to be vegan to be healthy. It's my choice, it's my lifestyle, I love it. You don't have to do it, and I don't judge you if you don't. Or even talk to me, or I could tell you what, you know, salmon's a good option. I know they were saying something about crab not being a good option right now. I don't know the science behind it and want to look into that more. But go for like salmon, or just a very small portion of white, like the breast meat of a chicken. Something like that. If you don't want to be vegan, eat healthier. Don't fry your food, bake it. You know, things like that. Start little. Use this as an educational time to actually get a grip on things in your life you couldn't focus on otherwise. Because otherwise you couldn't focus on health and eating right and all of these little things. Now you can. When before you couldn't. And it's one of those things where I think I understand the logic of, oh, well, you're locked down, so everybody likes to have fun and splurge, and okay, fine, but right now, especially our immune deficient people and our elderly are at risk. And so even if let's say, well, I've got some problems because of my ex that weakened me a little bit, but let's say I get sick. Even if I get sick, I might have some really bad side effects. Excuse me. And I might not. But my grandparents live in it's like a 2-story house, like a side-by-side that was converted into one. We live together. And we help take care of each other, and it's wonderful because I feel safer because I'm not alone. And they have someone to help them and to do a lot of the heavy work and stuff. So if I get sick, it's not a big deal for me. Kids have very little repercussions from this. Then what? If they get sick, they could die. Is it worth it just to go out to the store more often? It's not. So I get why we need to isolate more, because it's every person who gets it brings it back and brings it to the people around them, and this spreads rapidly. So isolating, yes, maybe it seems like, oh, well, if I get sick, it's not a big deal. Is it really? Yeah, it might not be a big deal for you, but would it be a big deal to cause somebody's grandmother to die, or grandfather, or aunt, uncle, mom, dad? My grandparents raised me. I would be devastated if something happened because I didn't want to stay inside. So just think that way. instead of taking and using this time to slack off and just play and have fun, which you can still play, have fun if cheat days. I don't ever allow myself cheat days, but a lot of people do, and that works for a lot of people. I'm not what works for everybody. You got to find what works for you. But right now you could use those moments to try. Or another thing, I've seen a lot of makeup artists doing some like amazing cool things they wanted to try. Some of them flopped and failed and did a bad job, and some of them did a great, awesome job. It's like, wow, how did you even come up with this stuff? It's because they have the time to right now. And it's like, that's true. Like, rather than using this as what are we going to do and focusing just on panicking, yes, be informed, learn, do things to help the community. But that being said, also use this time to educate yourself on other things. Whether it's something you've wanted to study about, you don't have to take a class or something online. You can literally just study about it, watch videos about it, learn about it. Or something like this, like diet, getting your life in line, getting healthy, at-home workouts to do that are fun and just, you can do with your kids, you can do with your family, or intense stuff you can do just around the house. Anything like that you can learn right now, and you do have the time, and that's what's crucial, because that's what's always the reason. Oh, where's the time? I work, I have kids. Now we're all at a pause, and maybe this is really good, because a lot of people who did want to be dedicated or take the time to take care of their bodies so they can be there longer for their kids or for their families or for their job when they get back into it, whatever it may be, this is a perfect time for that. So I just challenge you guys to, even just one day a week at first, or even every other day, whatever you want to do. Watch a video about, or look up a recipe, download the LifeSum app and go vegan for a week, do something. The one diet I really strongly feel against is the keto diet, because I've seen a couple people get really sick because of it, which makes sense. Our cholesterol goes through the roof, and a lot of the nutrients you need from carbs and good fructose, which isn't bad for you, you lose because of it. And so I will never support that. But other than that, most diets I could see, I hate calling it a diet. To me, being a vegan is a lifestyle. I care about my planet. I care about people, my body. I want to do better for myself and my family. And I think it can be a lifestyle. If you look at it like something obtainable, it's obtainable for me. This pasta is only a couple hundred calories. It's not bad, and it's good for you. It's totally vegan, and it's tasty, and it doesn't taste vegan. And it's great, and I could guilt-free eat this if I was somebody who didn't have the past issues I do have. I do feel guilty eating, but that's my issue. It's one of those things, like, if you want to start gaining control over these aspects of your life, now is the perfect time to. And I just want people to be healthy, even if it's not vegan, even if it's not vegetarian. Just eat right, and use this time to actually see if you can do it, or even allow yourself a cheat day at first. That never worked for me, because I always had a fear of food. When I was little, I went through puberty on my 10th birthday, if you catch my drift. And before that, because you get chubby, we were 2 before, I did get chubby, even though I ate vegan, and I would eat a good amount back then, and I got mercilessly picked on. And then I went through puberty and got busty real quick, and then the girls were mean, like really mean to me, and I got really insecure. And a couple of years after that, that's when my eating disorder started to be a real problem. And that's not the right way to go about it. But now I've learned that, like I said, just eating drinking a lot of water in the morning and eating like a heavy meal in the morning and my medium meal at lunch gets my body going. I feel great. I'm waking up with energy despite my daughter being sick and being tired because I couldn't sleep because she couldn't sleep. She couldn't sleep unless I was walking and holding her. Despite that, I've been doing good. And like, I feel really great about myself and my body, and I've still got insecurities. And that's why I wanted to challenge myself to do this. Eating on camera is a huge fear of mine. And I promise and vow to you guys, I'm not going to purge or do anything at all after this. I'll show you what I ate because I'm so full and so stuffed and getting warm from this being on my lap right now. But this is what I ate of that. You can see. So a good amount. More than I'd normally eat, to be fair. And this is my lunch-sized meal right now. So my second largest meal of the day. That'll be all I eat in this, and then go on with my day. But I want to thank you guys for being here and for loving me and supporting me and for letting me do this video because I was terrified to do it, and I really appreciate you guys helping me. You guys are an amazing outlet for me through everything my ex put me through and through everything I've been through in life. You guys help me, and I want to help you guys too. You guys aren't alone. Don't be scared. And if you don't agree with my opinions, that's okay. I don't always agree with other people's, but I can still love them and care about them. I don't judge anybody for being 600 pounds or being 60 pounds or being anorexic or a binge eater or anything. We all have issues and problems because we're human. And I want to be transparent and face my fears and my problems and my issues face on, because I want you guys to know it's okay to be blunt and be forward and ask for help and talk about your issues, and that someone will listen. I love you guys, and if you're really still here and you listen to all this, thank you. It means a lot, and you guys help me a lot. I hope you guys have a good day, and I will most certainly read the comments on my Instagram post and my Facebook post, and I will look at the poll a little bit more on here on YouTube. See if there's anything else I see that anyone was talking about really wanting to see or touch on or anything. I love you guys. You guys are the best. Thank you for giving me this platform to talk on. It helps me a lot more than you know.